Hello people, in this video we will be discussing about NumPy universal functions. So what are universal functions? Universal function stands for universal functions and in short it is known as ufuncs, and they are NumPy functions that operates on array object. Okay, so what are the uses of universal functions? Ufuncs are used to implement vectorization in NumPy, which is way faster than iterating over elements. So this statement, if you are having problem in understanding, we will see an example and we will try to understand. So not to worry about it. They also provide broadcasting and additional methods like reduce, accumulate, etc. that are very helpful for computation. Ufuncs also take additional arguments, okay, where boolean array or condition defining where the operation should take place, data type defining the return type of elements, output array where the return value should be copied. Okay, so okay, we will see practical examples. So first let us know that what is vectorization. Vectorization basically means converting iterative statements into vectors. So what are iterating statements? Suppose that we are using a for loop or any kind of loop in Jupyter Notebook. So what we do in a loop, we iterate. Okay. So those are basically the iterating statements. So vectorization is basically converting those iterative statements into vector-based operation. It is faster as modern CPUs are optimized for such operation. Okay. So suppose that there are two elements. I have two lists, list 1 and list 2, and in the first list I have four elements 1 2 3 and 4, and in the second list I have four elements 4 5 6 and 7. Okay, so if I want to add these two lists, then traditionally what would be done? We would use a simple for loop to add the elements of these two lists. Okay, so traditionally I'm showing you the traditional way first. So traditionally we would have used a simple for loop or a zip method. Okay, so the built-in zip method we would have used. So let us do it first. Okay, so suppose I'm going the traditional way and I'm creating a list. So list, I said it contains 1 2 3 and 4. So let's just add the elements 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, and in the y variable I'm storing my other list. So my other list is 4 5 6 and 7, 4 comma 5 comma 6 comma 7. Okay, so I've created these two lists and then I'm just keeping. Okay, I've created this z also, but it does not have any element. So I'll add the elements of these two lists and then I'll use it. I'll just use z to store the added elements of x and y. Okay, so traditionally what we would have done, we would have used the for loop. So for I comma j in zip function. If you are familiar with the zip function, x comma y, then we use a colon z dot append I plus j, and in the next line we will write print z. So what am I essentially doing? I am basically using a for loop. So I'm taking two variables I and j and I'm using the zip function. You can see the earlier videos to understand what a zip function is. But essentially what the zip function is doing, it is adding each element of I and j, and then it is storing it in the z list. X and y elements it is adding and storing it in the z list, and then I'm essentially printing it. So shift and enter. So 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 2 7, 6 plus 3 9, 7 plus 4 11. Okay, so this is the traditional way of doing it. If I want to add two lists or two single dimension arrays, I'm going to use this method. Okay, but with u function or with the universal function, we can use the add method. Okay, the add function. So we can use this function, this one. Okay, how can we do that? So first we will have to import numpy because we are dealing with arrays now. We are dealing with arrays and we are using universal function which is a part of numpy, so we will have to import numpy. Okay, so import numpy as np. That is why it said that numpy is a very powerful library because it has got many facilities. For an example, universal functions. So import numpy as np. Okay, now I create two arrays in numpy. So x is equal to 1 2 3 4, same values I'm taking. Okay, and y is equal to 4 5 6 7. Okay, now there's just simple line of code which we have to write with numpy, and that line of code is z is equal to np dot add, and inside the bracket we will write x comma y. Done. As simple as that. Okay, so you see now that how easy it is to use the universal functions, and universal function comes with numpy, and that's why it makes numpy a very powerful tool or a very powerful library. Okay, so print, and inside I want to print z, shift and enter. So how easily we have just printed all these. Okay, so it is much faster. The universal function is much faster than the traditional list, and we do not have to memorize different kind of functions. We just simply use np.add. Okay, we do not have to get into the logic for loop even. Okay, all right, moving on. Okay, how to create your own u function, how to create your own universal functions. To create our own universal functions, we have to define a function like we do in normal functions in Python. Then we add it to our numpy u function library. Okay, with the from py function method. Okay, so from py function method, it is a very important method. I'm just highlighting it. Okay, okay, it's not happening for some reason. Anyways, so I'm just highlighting it like this, from py function. So this is the method which we will use to create our own universal function, and then we can store it in the numpy universal function library. Okay, so for doing it, the from py function method takes the following arguments: the name of the function, the input arguments, and the number of output arrays. Okay, so suppose that I want to create my own universal function for addition. Then how can we do that? Let's first add some cells over here. Okay, then how can we do that? How can I create my own universal function for addition? So import numpy as np would be the first line which we have already written. Next line will be defining the function. So define, the name of the function I'm giving is my addition or my add, and inside I'll take two arguments or two inputs, x comma y. Okay, all right, a colon, and return x plus y. Okay, and in the next line, my add is equal to np dot from py function. Inside I'll write my add comma 2 comma 1. Print done. Okay, so if I execute shift and enter, so I'm getting the output. So I successfully created my own function, my own universal function. So what have I done here? First, I have defined the function. The name of my function is my add, and I've taken two inputs. The inputs are x and y. Okay, then after entering into my function, the output which I want is the addition or the sum of x and y. So I'm just writing return x plus y. Now my add or this function is equal to np dot from py function. From py function is the function which we use to add it to the u function library. So np dot from py function my add comma 2 comma 1. Okay, then print my add, and inside I have taken the two arguments. I have taken the two arguments which is in the form of two one dimension arrays, and simply my add has done what it should do. It has added. Okay, and we have got the results over here. All right. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so let me add a line of comment over here. We have created our own. We have created our own universal function. Okay, so we have created our own universal function. We have written my add is equal to np dot from my function my add comma 2 comma 1. 2 comma 1 is nothing but the 2 is the number of input and 1 is the number of output. Okay, we have written over here inputs and output. So 2 is the number of input, 1 is the number of output. So we have given two inputs and then we want one output. So 1, and this displays the output, the desired output. Okay, so we have successfully created our own universal function. If we want to create own universal function for similarly anything, for example subtraction or for division or for product, we can do it in the same way. Okay, all right, all right, moving on. Suppose that now we want to check if a function is a u function or not. Okay, so for checking that whether a function is u function or not, we will use, I'll show you. Okay, we will use this one, class numpy u function. Okay, a u function should return class numpy u function. So okay, if I just write, print data type I want, so type np dot add. We know that our np dot add is a universal function. So I want to check the type. So I have written that I want to see the type. So I have written print, and inside type np dot add, and if I press shift and enter, so see it is showing class numpy dot u function. Okay, so these two are matching. That means that this is np dot add is a universal function. Okay, it's a universal function. And if it would have been something else, like not a universal function, for example concatenate, np dot concatenate, it is not an universal function. So in that case our program will produce an error. Okay, in that case our program will produce an error. Okay, np dot concatenate is a universal function actually. So if I print, let me check. Okay, let me check. Type np dot concatenate. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it is, no, it is, yes, exactly, it is not a universal function. Okay, it is not a universal function. So if you have doubts, just check it. It is not a universal function. Okay, all right, now we will see that how we can use an if statement to check if the function is a universal function or not. Okay, so how we can use a if statement. So I'm writing if type Okay. So since we know that np dot add is a universal function, so these two matches, np dot add is equal to double equal to means it is checking whether np dot add is a universal function or not. So np dot add is a universal function. That is why it is printing add as a universal function. If it would have been something else, for example, it will produce an error if I write anything, any gibberish, which is not a universal function, and if I try to do it again, run it again, then it will create an error. Okay. So this is it about the universal function. This was just the introduction, and in the next videos we will be discussing about all the arithmetic operators which we have in the universal functions.